very special video today. I'm going to be reading the notes for today's summer summit, winter summit. I guess summer summit, since we are in September. I don't really know if it's winter or summer summit, but I did hear that they were announcing a lot of stuff today. So I will be reading each and every one of these posts, and we're gonna learn what they talked about today. In the meantime, while I am reading these, I have recorded some of my Barrows runs that I'll have on the screen for you to watch. Maybe I'll get a drop, maybe I won't, but something for you to look at while we're also reading these articles. So sit back, relax, and let's have a good time and get hyped, because I know you see this here. Leagues has been announced and I'm so excited. I'm just over the moon. I'm ready to block out like everything in my life so I can just play nonstop. So, all right, so for the first article we're going to read is called Old School Roadmap. So here is the link to the picture. So I'm going to open it so we can see. We have Varlamore, Curse of Arav, Worm Boss, Leagues late November, which means it's probably going to run to January like last time. Then we have Game Jam in January and February, Giant Bosses in the spring, and Varlamore the Final Dawn late spring 2025. So this is just the roadmap. So we'll go back and read the next one, which is Varlamore the Rising Darkness. Now, I have only done one of the Varlamore quests. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this. I've only done one of the Varlamore quests, I believe, on my main account. So I don't really know anything about the lore. So hopefully there's not a lot of spoilers in here, but we're going to go ahead and read it anyways. Feels like only yesterday that Varlamore opened its doors to intrepid explorers from all over Gielinor. This time, we're here to recap on exactly what you can expect in our next Varlamore expansion, the Rising Darkness, so that you know exactly what to expect on your adventures throughout an expanded area. In case it's not clear, the content you're seeing here has been covered in many blogs relating to Varlamore Part 2. We've opted a tagline that will be a little bit more descriptive and better reflects the content, especially the main story content, which also adds a little extra oomph to talking about it. Most importantly, the Rising Darkness sounds cool. Part 2 sounds like turning over an exam paper and seeing a whole question you've missed with only minutes to spare. You won't find much new information here, so if you're already caught up, then carry on with your day. That said, we've got updated names for rewards, some sneak peeks about how things like potion storage function, and even a new pet transmog. So there's new areas coming out, of course. We can't drop all this new content without somewhere to put it. Fortunately for you, you'll be able to explore more of Varlamore than ever before. Let's take a look at the lay of the land so you can familiarize yourself with your soon-to-be surroundings. So it looks like they're adding from here up, I think. Twilight Temple, all this stuff here. New quests. No new location is complete without a healthy helping of lore to flesh out the world. Naturally, more Varlamore means a continuation of the main storyline. Following on from Children of the Sun and Twilight's Promise, you'll need to dig deeper into the Twilight Emissaries and Sect of Renewal in the Heart of Darkness to figure out who's behind the attempts on Servius's life, who's next in the firing line, and what does it all mean. You'll receive answers to questions old and new, a convenient excuse to explore more of the brand new areas, access to a new Slayer cave and mini-boss. And the gnawing sensation of needing to know the story concludes in a future Varlamore expansion. To start the Heart of Darkness, you'll need to have completed Twilight's Promise, have 55 mining, 48 thieving, 48 Slayer, and 46 agility. We'll also recommend a combat level of at least 65. We've also got the aforementioned murder mystery that set all of Alderaan a-Twitter. Deaths on the Isle. It's got everything. Disguises, deception, deductions, fun for the whole family. To say anything more would be spoiling it. It's not much of a mystery if you know everything, so go and check it out for yourself. To start, you'll have completed Children of the Sun, have 40 thieving, 45 agility, and 30 crafting. We'll also recommend a combat level of at least 50. Earlier in the year, you gave us your blessing to release a handful of additional smaller quests for world building in the same vein as the riveting tale of the lily pad labor dispute as described in the blog. That was the other quest I did, I remember. Naturally, we're not going to spill the beans, but rest assured there are a couple of other quests full of fantastic dialogue to breathe even more life into Varlamore. You can see you're already hovering over your space bar, so let's pick something new to talk about. The Huekodal, the new group boss. I don't know if I said that right, but it looks really cool. Long ago, in the days before Varlamore's founding, the land was inhabited by a multitude of strange and powerful beings. It is said that one such being dwelled among the barren peaks of the Hailstorm Mountains. The old ones called this place Kodal Petal, but those who live in its shadow today call it the Dark Frost. There, they say that the Huekodal, a great and terrible serpent, lies sleeping, coiled around the heart of the mountain. They say its scales are strong as rock, and that it sleeps upon a bed of gold. They say that the dwarves who first encountered this monster were rewarded with riches beyond their wildest dreams. They say that when the Huekodal wakes anew, it will be angry enough to tear through stone. For centuries, these legends were thought to be nothing more than tall tales. But now, the mountain trembles. The Huekodal has proven to be very, very real. Left unchecked, the Huekodal's power can cause untold devastation. Faced with this new danger, the dwarves have begrudgingly enlisted the help of adventurers like you to help them subdue the beast. Are you up to the challenge? It is a new group encounter aimed at players with 90 plus total combat level. We also recommend having access to protection prayers. Gameplay. The Huekodal's powerful claws has allowed it to dig a network of tunnels all through the mountain, but you'll face it on the surface. It's not instanced. Anyone can clamber up the mountain and join the battle. We've implemented a 20-player limit to help with performance, so if you're in a huge group, then you might need to split yourselves up a little bit. Don't worry, there will also be solo options available for players who need them. You'll never be truly alone, though. To help you out, you'll be accompanied with a band of dwarves, including a priest who will aid you during the encounter. Parts of this colossal serpent are poking out from caves all of the mountain. Wherever it's exposed, you can attack, which you'll need to do if you want to reach the top of the mountain where the final part of the battle awaits. The Huekodal won't take your attacks lying down, so stay alert. When enough body parts have been damaged, the path to the peak will open. On the summit, you'll face the Huekodal head-on, literally. You'll need to contend with all the same hazards as before, but when the mighty Huekodal tires of your shenanigans, it'll shield itself with its tail. You'll need to break it to keep up the fight. Once the tail has shattered, you'll be free to start battling again. There's a few things during this encounter that we're going to keep a surprise, but we'll leave that for you to figure out when you face this deadly foe. The rewards. Okay, so the Tome of Earth, just like the Tome of Fire and Water, the Tome of Earth provides infinite Earth runes when charged and provides a 10% damage boost to Earth spells. Provides and is charged with soiled pages, which will be dropped from the Huekodal. The Dragon Hunter Wand. The Huekodal is a draconic creature, meaning equipment like the Dragon Hunter Lance and the Dragon Hunter Crossbow will serve you well here. Currently, Magic is missing a Dragon Bane option, but that all changes with the Dragon Hunter Wand. It requires 65 magic to wield and can auto-cast any spell from the standard spellbook at the usual 5-tick speed, which means Earth spells can benefit from the new tome. That's not all this wonderful wand has to offer. It's a Dragon Bane weapon, with plus 10% magic strength, plus 50% dragonbane accuracy, and plus 20% dragonbane strength. This puts the weapon in a really good spot against draconic creatures with elemental weaknesses, and will be better than powered weapons like the trident in this specific niche. Okay. Then we have hide armor, ranged. This new set will consist of head, body, legs, and band braces, and will be an improvement over blessed dragonhide armor, with a total of plus 8 prayer bonus across the 4 pieces and plus an extra 9 points of magic defense. It will require 40 defense and 70 range to equip, aside from the legs and the band braces, which will have no defense requirement, in line with the other dragonhide power armor sets. Prayer Regeneration Potion. The effect will regenerate 1 prayer point every 12 ticks for 8 minutes, which should give you around 8 prayer points per minute, for a total of 66 points overall per dose. Let's see how that looks in practice. So, 99 prayer, 5 minutes, with prayer regen, 7 minutes. 99 prayer using piety, 2.5 minutes, versus with prayer regen, 3 minutes. So that's how long it takes to deplete, I'm assuming. To create this potion, you'll need a brand new herb, the seed which will be dropped from the boss. Once you've grown the herb, you'll combine it with the new secondary, Aldarium, from Mastering Mixology to create this powerful pot, as long as you have 58 herb lore. You'll note that the Chamber of Zarek's prayer enhance is actually much better, but this potion is something that you can carry with you to locations where recharging your prayer is inconvenient, or situations where you won't be using prayers as much. Okay, new herb lore activity, Mastering Mixology. I was about to say, what is that? But then they answered my question. On the mainland, herb lore has existed in much the same way since the druids first honed their craft. In Varlamore, however, they brew potions a little differently. The lush island of Aldurin is the perfect locale for Varlamore's alchemists to grow and study herbs and other herb lore ingredients. Through intense study, they discovered that all herbs contain a set of basic alchemical elements, which can be mixed differently to produce beneficial effects. In their laboratory, they serve the kingdom by mixing up potions in exchange for the time and resources required to continue their studies. However, with the influx of new visitors to Varlamore, potion orders have been going through the roof. The alchemist's reputation is at stake, and they need your help to get orders out on time. Now this sounds like right up my alley. I love cooking games and like filling out orders and stuff, and now that they're doing it with herb, I feel like I'm gonna love this if I'm thinking the same way. I'm excited either way. Applying your herb lore know-how to mixology is no easy feat. If you'd like to read up more on the finer details, check out one of our older blogs. For now, let's give you a crash course so you're able to get started as soon as you've got access. This activity is significantly lower XP per hour than regular herb lore, but boasts a higher XP per herb and is more ultimately focused on giving you access to some fantastic herb lore rewards through an alternative training method. Mixology doesn't use secondary ingredients, so you'll only need to stock up on herbs. You'll have to process these herbs into their basic elements, then use those simple components to brew potions and satisfy incoming orders. Processing your herbs is as simple as it gets. Take unnoted herbs out of a convenient bank chest and use them on the nearby refiner. You'll let this process happen on its own, or you can click the herbs yourself to speed it up a little bit. Refining your herbs will give you mox, aga, and lye paste, depending on the type of herb that you've put in, so you'll need all 3 of these pastes to consistently satisfy potion orders. From there, you can store up to 300 of mox, aga, and lye reagents into a hopper, which should be more than enough to get you started. Any excess paste can be stored in the bank, so you'll need to refine a fistful of herbs. She'll be able to refine a fistful of herbs while watching a show or listening to music and have a massive stock ready for mixology. On screen, you'll have 3 potion orders to choose from and an indicator for whether the end result needs to be concentrated, crystallized, or homogeneous. You're not going to need to memorize the tables to participate. There are convenient lab notes nearby that tell you exactly what goes into each potion, so you can focus on using up some specific reagents if you've got excess. Making a potion is simple. Use the levers on the mixing table to fill up the mixing vessel. Grab the unfinished potion from the mixing vessel and either concentrate, crystallize, or homogeneize it at the corresponding machine to finish it off. Place your mixological masterpiece on the conveyor belt to finish your order and receive points, but depending on how much mox, aga, and lye was used to make it. You'll use these points to purchase rewards, so you can always target orders that use more of the reagents that you'll need more points for. Now for the rewards, we have a few things that I'm sure they'll describe here. Potion packs. They have 3 varieties to choose from: Apprentice, 60 herb lore, Adept, 70 herb lore, and Expert, 85. Opening these packs will reward you with potions. The better the pack, the more potent the potion. Aldarium and Goading potions, which are tradable. To keep the herb lore thematic going strong, we'll be adding a new potion with this update, the Potion of Goading. This pot will allow you to set aggro on any non-aggressive enemies with a 9x9, within a 9x9 of the player using it, so it's an aggro potion. This means not only would you re-aggro enemies, but you'll be able to lure enemies that don't normally pay attention to you, like dust devils. It's literally an aggro potion from RS3. It's really cool. You'll be able to earn a new secondary called Aldarium from the herb lore activity, which will act as the reagent to create the Potion of Goading by combining it with an unfinished Harlander potion. That's really good because Harlanders are worthless. Aldarium is also used as a secondary ingredient to make the prayer regeneration potions in conjunction with Huasca herbs that you'll farm using seeds dropped by the Huecoatl, requiring 58 herb. Reagents pouch. Make space for your secondaries with the latest in-item storing technology. Like the herb sack, this handy pouch lets you store up to 26 of all secondary ingredients, from limpworts to unicorn horns. We will likely limit being able to take this into some areas of the game, as being able to craft 26 new potions inside the Inferno sounds a teeny bit broken. The Alchemist outfit. The prescribed eyewear in the stylish clothing set will let you see beyond the physical realm and into the science zone. It will net you a 10% chance to save a secondary ingredient when mixing potions. The amulet. This imbued version of the classic amulet can be brought with a small amount of charges on first purchase, but additional charges can be added by using the standard amulets of chemistry on it. The alchemist's amulet increases the chance to mix a 4-dose potions to 15%. Pre-pot device. This special device lets you insert doses from up to 5 different potions and drink them all at once. What? You'll be able to fill the device up using potions in your inventory and configure loadouts while in the bank, similar to how loadouts work for the rune pouch. You can save 4 different loadouts per potions, reorder them, fill the device up, or empty its current contents into the bank. That's insane. So it's literally a rune pouch for potions. I wonder if it's only one. How many doses can you insert, I wonder? You know? Okay. This final reward, the potion storage, is one of the most requested items in all of herb lore. Essentially, after unlocking this item, a new element of the bank will allow you to place potions into it without taking up standard bank slots. You'll be able to place potions inside the regular area of the bank if you want faster access. We're working on finishing touches, but we've included an image showing the storage in action from an earlier working example. This is insane. I feel like it's really necessary though, because the more items they add in the game, but not bank slots, it gets to be a little overwhelming for like hoarders like me. All right, the Colossal Worm Agility Course. Oh, I remember reading about this in the other thing that we read the posts about. I was wondering when it was going to come out. So I'm not going to read about this because we read about this in the past video about, oh, they're going to add a little squirrel pet. That's really cute. So that is about the Varlamore update. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The next one's going to be Leagues. I might actually save this one for last because I'm the most excited about it. And I really want to read about the other stuff too. So I'm saving Leagues for last. So now for the Summer Summit. This is just going to be like a overall, I think, encompassing overview, I feel. So maybe I don't read this one because this one's just going to talk about all the individual posts. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to skip the game jam and we're going to go to the Rathmaw Wilderness World Boss, which sounds really, really interesting. I'm not a big PvPer, but I think it'd be really cool to see like a boss. Okay. So our aims are simple: to recreate the magic of breaches with a regularly scheduled hotspot which encourages PvP combat long after the boss has fallen. Okay, never mind. I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. Like, I'm sorry. If you want to read more about this Rathmaw, it looks really cool. But I would just want it to be like something to everybody come together and fight it, and then I guess you could always like leave after, but I feel like people are just gonna PvP while it's alive, so I'm not really interested in that. I'm gonna skip. Sorry. It's there if you want to read it though. Okay, so Varlamore the Final Dawn. This is another Varlamore update. It's time to take a peek at the last installment in our Varlamore trilogy, The Final Dawn. This will be the finale of everything we've done for Varlamore so far. Loose ends will be tied, and the vast Shining Kingdom will now finally be complete. For now. But make no mistake, we won't finish there. Just like the rest of the game world, Varlamore will continue to grow for years to come. Alright, new areas. The final part of Varlamore is home to 3 brand new areas, each with their own distinct vibe. First is the Auburn Valley, a heavily forested northern area, home to the town of Auburnvale. Right beside it is the Custodia Pass, the inhospitable and dangerous mountain range that links Varlamore to the Kebos lowlands. Finally, we'll visit the Talati Rainforest, the heart of the Talkasti civilization with their own major town. These 3 final areas are the last of our puzzle pieces, which means you'll be free to explore the entirety of the mainland Varlamore, from Civitas Illifortis all the way up to the edge of Kebos lowlands. New quests. These new areas are, of course, jam-packed with folks to help and situations to meddle in. We don't want to give away too much just yet, but we'll say that the Final Dawn brings it with multiple new quests, including the final part of the main Varlamore quest series. The Master Tier finale of our new storyline is also called the Final Dawn, and we will see you dive deeper than ever before into the history of Varlamore and the fate of the mysterious Old Ones. I just did that quest. I haven't posted the video yet, but I did that quest, the Garden of Death, in the new video. We'll share more about the Final Dawn and other quests as we move on through the development process. Alright, new bosses. The Final Dawn will bring something never seen before in old school RuneScape, an enrage boss known as the Doom of Mokhyotl. Enraged bosses are an entirely, totally different beast to what you fought before. After defeating the Doom, you'll have a decision to make. Leave with your loot or fight a tougher version of the monster in hopes of getting an even bigger prize. You can repeat this process as many times as you like, but the boss will become increasingly challenging and the rewards increasingly lucrative. If you die, any loot you've earned so far will be lost and you'll be left empty-handed. But hey, no pain, no gain, right? Another RS3 mechanic coming in. We love that. The Doom of Mokhyotl isn't the only boss you'll face in the Talati Rainforest. That glint in the distance might look like potential riches, but look a little closer and you'll see that gemstone-encrusted rock is no rock at all. You'll hear more about this low-intensity boss very soon, but we don't want to give away the game too early. JMods might get a little crabby. New Slayer Dungeon. The Custodia Pass is a hostile place, and it should come as no surprise that among the rocks and ruins are dangerous beasts, just waiting for an unwary adventurer to pass by. In short, it's the perfect place for a new Slayer dungeon. A new creature yet to be encountered anywhere in Gielinor will be the star of the show. While they won't pose too much of a challenge, local Slayer masters have determined that they'll make for a great training opportunity. You'll discover one new creature with 3 different variants. Each variant will be unlocked at a different Slayer level, starting at 54, which makes them a perfect target for mid-game players. If you're very lucky, you may even get a new unique item drop from them. Fletching activity. The people of Auburnvale are some of the best woodworkers around, and their skills in fletching are unmatched. Yes, even by the most dedicated bank standards. That doesn't mean that they couldn't use a hand, though. Join them in the new fletching method that will have you recycling your old bows into new ranged equipment to be delivered across the kingdom and beyond. We love a bit of recycling. Yes, we do. This activity will target a wide range of fletching levels, but will predominantly focus on 50+. We know that fletching plays a very different role for Ironmen, and we'll be taking this into consideration to ensure that the new activity is suitable for all playstyles. We'll go into more detail about this new training method at a later date. Okay, so that's the final dawn. So we have client updates and mobile, but I'm not really into that. I just use RuneLite. I'm not really using the old school client, but if you do, official HD mode is out. That looks really cool. And then they have some screenshots, and they have a plugin coming out. I don't know if this is going to be replacing RuneLite or if they're just testing stuff, but then there's a mobile updates. 6-year anniversary in October, by the way. That's awesome. Project Zenaris. Now, I don't know what this is about. We shall see. In last year's annual survey, we included a question about custom servers. Oh, after a very promising reception and over a year's work behind the scenes, we're ready to announce Project Zenaris, otherwise known as Old School RuneScape Community Servers. Community servers will take the old school RuneScape you know and love and let you tweak different elements to create a brand new gameplay experience. Do you want NPCs to deal 5 times the damage? Do you want everyone? Do you want to make everyone an Ultimate Iron Man or turn PvP on everywhere? All of this and more will soon be possible. There are servers where you can make the rules, and you can also choose who can access your creation, whether it be a small group of close friends, your clan, or the whole community. Players will be able to search and filter through lists of available servers and jump in whenever they like. Ultimately, Project Zenaris is a place where anyone can create and share a new old school experience. That's really cool. To be clear, Project Zenaris is being looked at after by an entirely separate team. No time and resources have been taken away from old school to create this exciting new concept, and we will still plan to keep creating amazing old school content just like we have done for the last decade. The Project Zenaris team has spent the last year establishing the technology behind community servers, and their recent focus has been tweaking and modifying parameters that already exist in the game. These include things like drop rates, damage modifiers, area restrictions, and this is only the beginning. We're actively looking on new tools to enable players to create new features and content in community servers. It's super important to the team to keep the spirit of old school alive with this content, making something for the players with the players. While it is a long way off, we feel like it is time to bring you on board and take a first look at our vision. They're going to be talking about it on the 12th of September over Discord. That is really cool. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Leagues 5, A Raging Echoes. Now, I've been talking about it. I didn't think they would actually release it this year. I did not know that it was going to be happening. I thought they were going to skip a year, but I am so excited. Let's look and see what kind of information they're giving us, because November is pretty close. It is official. A new iteration of old school RuneScape's Leagues is on the horizon, bringing with it new mechanics, a twist on some familiar enemies, and of course, shiny new rewards. Like you, we couldn't get enough of Leagues last year, and we just couldn't wait to bring you another one. Yay! Our next installment brings plenty of new challenges while retaining the comfort of the familiar. What's more, we also revealed that Leagues 5 is coming late November. That's right, we're mere months away. Don't panic, this blog will get you up to date on everything you need to know before Leagues 5 begins. We'll be dropping plenty of hints, tips, and insights along the way. Alright, overview. Never played Leagues before? Here's the basics. Okay, I'm going to read it anyways. You'll start on a completely fresh account, separate from your main account. Your journey begins in Lumbridge, and you'll get some completed tasks under your belt. Until you get some completed tasks under your belt, you'll be locked to Mistalin. Through a quick Leagues trial, you'll be able to unlock Karamja, giving you your first 2 starting areas. You'll be able to unlock other areas after completing tasks and accumulating points. You can only unlock 3 additional regions. Okay, so it's going to be 5 again. Or, yeah, 3 additional. Right? So, Mistalin, Karamja, and then 3 more. The more regions you have available, the more tasks you'll be able to complete. Tick tasks off to rack up points and unlock powerful relics. This mode is temporary, meaning you'll have 6 weeks to build that power to see how far you get. Rules. Area locking is one of the most interesting things about Leagues, so much so that we decided to keep it a core part of Leagues going forward. If you played Leagues before, you'll be very familiar with this rule set, but just in case, let's break it down. Your character will begin their journey with only Mistalin and Karamja unlocked. More areas can be unlocked by completing tasks. The number of points do not matter, only the number of tasks. You'll only be able to respawn in areas you've locked. Okay, we already know all this, so you'll start for level 3 herb and 5 rune crafting. Everybody has a 5 times accelerated XP rate. Druidic Ritual is unlocked and Lost City is unlocked to get Zenaris, and you'll also have a free Draymond Staff. So they're just explaining relics and tasks. So we're going to skip on to what's new, right? Instead of rotating content and rule sets, we plan to build on the League's experience with each iteration. All of the best parts will stick around alongside new additions, which make Leagues even more fun to play. We're keeping the area locked system as a core part of Leagues, while finding ways to enhance it with each iteration, and we're pretty excited about our approach for Leagues 5. This time, we've added a new area to your option, Varlamore. You'll be able to access everything from Part 1, as well as the Hawaii Quotal, Herbal Activity, and everything else Part 2 has to offer. Prioritizing which tasks to do and which relics to build out your account with is a League's staple, and Raging Echoes will be no different, especially when we add a few new features into the mix. Combat Masteries are the new core of your combat power. This system implements the relic system to give you greater control of your battle buffs. Progress in the League. Advance your combat mastery alongside your relics and choose new effects and boosts. Echo Boss Variants. Ooh. This year, we're unleashing enhanced bosses into the world, 1 in each area. They may seem familiar at first glance, but each new boss will have slightly different mechanics, keeping you on your toes if you want to be in with a chance at the best loot. Not only do they have new moves, they have new loot to boot, and it's stuff that you've never seen in Old School before. Some of these items may serve similar purposes to the ones that you've seen before, like the strong ranged weapon we're adding to the Kelphi Queen's drop table, which competes with the best in slot gear found in other regions. These new items should shake up the area meta, encouraging intrepid explorers to try new regions and activities. I think they're doing that because not a lot of people pick desert, right? Or I'm not sure. Tasks and relics. While the task and relic system remains the same, you'll see new activities to complete, new relics to unlock, alongside some of your favorites from last year. And then main game rewards. After the League ends, you'll be able to spend your points in the main game League's reward store. These are purely cosmetic, but they're also tradable. You have another chance to purchase previous League rewards from the shop if you happen to have points from previous Leagues weighing down in your pockets. Here's a little peek behind the curtain. A League-specific banner, home teleport animation scroll and outfit, equipment and ornament kits, 2 player-owned house reskins, a new portal nexus, and a death animation override. Now we have a concept art for the Venator bow ornament kit. Eyes turn blue when firing. Since these cosmetics will appear in the main game, you'll soon get the opportunity to vote on whether you'd like to see them or not. Here's your first look on Leagues 5. The green light pole is just around the corner, so keep an eye out for the blog with everything you need to know. So it looks like they're going to be releasing more information the closer we get to launch. So I just want to say, not that much information yet, but really excited either way. Here's the image of the announcement. Now that we have read pretty much everything that I'm interested in, at least. Like I said, if you're interested in like PvP or the client updates, you can go ahead and look at those. Maybe they have like a video you can watch, but really excited for Varlamore stuff. I really need to continue the quest line. Maybe in a future video. Varlamore is September 25th. Okay. So maybe I will do the quests that I'm missing to prepare myself for this update, which is really exciting. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these announcements. Let me know which ones you're the most excited for. Thank you for, just watching this video, and I hope that it helped you relax. Maybe you're sleeping right now, but I hope to see you in the next one. Like I said, I have a video coming up where I did the Sleeping Giants quest and the Garden of Death. So look forward to that, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.